I love the kinetic chain and how the kinetic chain influences the whole entire body. How one piece up here could affect another piece down there and vice versa. So that's why it's important to kind of understand all the parts and how they might influence the other parts of our body. So today I want to take a look at jaw tension and how our jaw tension can affect our pelvic floor. So we have 3 diaphragms in our body. Our glottis, so close your throat now and create pressure, and our respiratory diaphragm, and our pelvic diaphragm. So our pelvic floor, our throat, and our midsection breathing are the control regulators for pressure in our body. So we can influence it from the bottom up. If we hold pelvic floor tension, that decreases diaphragm excursion down. Pretty cool, right? That you can change one and affect the other. Same thing in the throat. If we tend to be jaw clenchers, we're gonna affect that pressure down through that kinetic chain. So what I want you to do is a little bit of an experiment with me, and this is something that I have the PCS students work through, which I think is so fun, is I want you to close your throat, like you're holding tension in your throat, and then feel what happens to your abs. Do you feel any tightness? So press your tongue up to the roof of your mouth, press it forward to your teeth, and really close your throat. What happens when you create that tension and pressure in your throat? Do you feel changes in your abs? Do you feel changes in your pelvic floor? Now, bring your tongue down from the roof of your mouth. Let your tongue rest in the bottom of your mouth and open your throat. So become a mouth breather for me for a second. Do you feel what happens instantly to your abs and to your pelvic floor when you do that? Can you feel the changes? It's pretty cool, isn't it, to think that the tension you hold here affects the tension in your pelvic floor. So one of the things I like to do is check in with the jaw and see how much tension you might be holding in these muscles. So go ahead and give them a nice little massage. You can rub on those lateral pterygoids. It feels so good. Get into those masseters and just get your jaw to let go and work up here in the temporalis and then rake down with your fingers, really creating that tension down, pulling through your fingers to help release all those muscles and release your jaw. So this is gonna feel really good holding those tender spots. See if you find any tender spots in there, hold them and release them, and then see how the rest of your body feels throughout the day. Probably gonna improve your TMJ pain if you have any tightness or popping, and just see how your body responds and how your abs and pelvic floor feel throughout the day, and see if you can bring awareness and intention to releasing your jaw and letting it go. And then work on your tongue positioning. Work on holding good tongue positioning throughout the day. So let your tongue rest on the roof of your mouth, gently rest on the roof of your mouth, but pull it back away from your teeth. Okay, so don't press your tongue forward. So what I want you to do is catch yourself during the day. Are you pressing your tongue forward on your teeth, or are you pulling it back a little bit? And then where's your head going when you do that? So as you press that tongue forward, I often see people who tend to press their tongue aggressively forward into the front of their teeth tend to have forward head posture and increased tension and pressure problems that they're trying to deal with. So catch yourself, rest your tongue, roof of the mouth, pull it back so that you're not creating loads of tension, and see if you can't get your jaw to relax, and then see how much that does for neck and shoulder tightness and just pressure through the rest of your body.